Thomas Martin, Chairman of ARCO, and I've been invited to say a few words about our association with this amazing organisation. When Nicholas Hilliard was High Sheriff, this is one of his chosen areas to support, and with myself as Joint MD, he got me involved in the programme. I'm glad he did. We've now been a supporter and an advocate for over 10 years, and on my multiple visits to Bridges headquarters, I reckon I've learned something every single time. I've coupled that with visits to a number of prisons across the county to try and better understand how restorative programmes can work. How do we get prisoners into meaningful work when they are released? What I've come to realise is the Bridges is in fact a world-class facility. It's unique in the UK, and you know what? It's also on our doorstep, and that actually means it's also on your doorstep. So why do we get involved in the first place? Well, we're a people business, and we provide knowledge and products to keep people safe. We employ from and we sell to the local communities in which we work. And therefore we need to be in touch, we need to be relevant, and we also need to be responsible. We only formalised our CSR programme about 20 years ago. And because we work hard, because we're privileged, and because we're profitable, that gives us the resources to actually begin to make a bit of a difference. It was therefore relatively easy to pick up on Nick's original ideas. So what do? We work with the Bridges management team and we notify them about real jobs, about genuine vacancies that we are recruiting for. Graduates are therefore invited to apply and we interview them alongside other applicants. No bias, no shoo-ins. And if a graduate lands a job, they've actually earned it on their own merits, and that's absolutely vital. We then run a standard onboarding programme, but the trick is we then invest extra time in building the relationship between the graduate and their manager. It's this that is the extra workload, and we discuss things such as disclosure to colleagues. We invest in regular multiple party chats with the Bridges and ARCO management and the graduate all sitting around the same table. There are more one-to-one check-ins that are normally run at the end of the working day so as not to compromise the graduate's relationship with their peer groups at work. All of this takes time. The ARCO reviews, the learning and development programme, the career progression, exactly as normal. And our managers never ever felt they were on their own. Help is always at hand from Bridges colleagues. So what's happened? Well, perhaps the graduate's words are more powerful than anything I could write. Here's a flavour. I've got a mortgage now. That's incredible. I'm getting married. I've got a routine. My life has new meaning. You and your team give me the strength to get up in the morning. And brace yourself for this one. You give me the strength to carry on living. These are powerful words, and I'm going to illustrate again with two stories that might just help explain just what's going on here. One graduate wanted to raise money to put something back for the Bridges by cycling from Geneva to Paris with an organised group. I saw his bike. It was the kind of bike a butcher's boy would have used in the 1950s, clearly unsuitable for the job at hand. The ferry left in 5 hours' time, but we went down to Halfords, chose a bike, I paid for it, they built it, and we delivered it to the boat with about 3 minutes to spare. He got on board, but just before he went on board, he turned back over his left shoulder and he said, "Do you know, I'm 47 and I've forgotten what Christmas feels like." Another great story to show the power of the programme is that it really hit home, and this is from a recovering alcoholic, a drug user, a petty criminal, and a persistent car thief. I gave him the keys to a van one afternoon loaded with highly confidential communications boards that were to be delivered to the Sage Business Centre at Newcastle the following morning for an ARCO roadshow. We were due to meet at 7:30. He looked absolutely stunned, and through his tears he said to me, "You actually trust me. I've never had that before." You all want to know how the story ended. Of course he was there, as was the van and the contents, and he was also on time. So what do we actually get out of this? Well, you don't really need me to tell you, but clearly it's very, very powerful for the entire organisation. So powerful, in fact, that one of our crew has actually left ARCO to pursue a full-time career as a counsellor at the Bridges. Our management teams have developed, and we've also learnt a lot from our graduates. We've been able to feed back to the 12-step management programme and offer some insights such as more resilience training. Resilience are those little knocks in life that can sometimes set you back on a day-to-day basis. Thing is though, if you're in recovery, those little knocks are actually like hammer blows, and we've learned that and we've seen that over the years. In return for our additional investment in time in the short term, we now see the graduates developing our new starters. They're sharing their full life journey in group sessions to help educate, Generation X, Y and Z. And you need to know that the journey to recovery takes place every single day. So if you commit to help, this needs to become part of you. I understand that this programme and support isn't for everybody, and it certainly isn't just for a few weeks at a time. Our longest serving graduate will shortly celebrate his first 10 years with us. I asked two managers to comment. Ian says, having developed a valued and trusted member of the team, I would recommend the Bridges programme to other organisations in our city. And Alex states, more should do it, because handled the right way, you have some great assets for any business, and everyone deserves another chance. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening, thank you for supporting tonight's event, and a special thanks to Linda and David for sharing their magnificent garden with us this evening. I'll leave you with a final thought. The Bridges is a world-class facility. It is unique and it's on your doorstep. You can begin to help to make the real difference with one phone call onto Hull 588 454 or just have a look at the Bridges website. It's a programme in which everyone who is involved, everybody wins. And I really hope that some of you watching this will join us on this incredible journey. Thank you.